guys, and welcome back to Reading Club. So today, I'm going to read you Daisy and the Trouble with Piggy Banks, chapter 21 to the last chapter. Chapter 21. The trouble with getting desperate is it makes you do things you know you shouldn't really do, like say your favorite teddy, or your mom's jewelry without asking. I had meant to ask my mom if I could take a jewelry box with me to the boot sale, but I'd spent so much time thinking again and again on Saturday, it was the one thing I'd kind of forgotten to think about. When I walked back to the car and reached down right to the very bottom of my boot sale box, Gabby guessed exactly what I was doing. Well, nearly exactly. "You're not going to sell your favorite teddy, are you?" she guessed. "No way," I said, coming back with my mom's jewelry box and putting it on the table in between my big marble and my bendy ruler. When Gabby saw it, her mouth dropped open like a giant goldfish. "I didn't know you had a jewelry box," she gasped. "I don't," I said. "Well, I do and I don't." When I explained to Gabby that the jewelry box was my mom's, When I explained to Gabby that the jewelry box was my mom's, but actually it kind of belonged to me because my mom had told me that when she died, she would be leaving it to me in her will, Gabby's mouth dropped open even wider. "Your mom hasn't died, has she?" she gulped. "No," I said. "But she will do one day, so I may as well have it now." I don't think Gabby thought selling my mom's jewelry without asking was a very good idea, but she soon changed her mind when I sold a ring and a bracelet to a lady for £35, who then decided she would buy another bracelet for £20, who then decided she would buy the whole jewelry box and everything in it right there and then for, wait for it, £125. Not 50 pence, or 20 pence, or 10 pence, or 3 pence, but £125. It was a deal. When I asked the lady if she wanted a bag, she said she already had one, which made it an even better deal. I'd never been so pleased with myself in my whole life. "I wish I brought my mom's jewelry box to sell," said Gabby as we started to pack our table away. "No need," I said. "I've got all the money we could ever want." When Gabby's mom and dad found out how much I had earned at the boot sale, they were really surprised. "Goodness, you have done well," they said. "I know," I said. "Thanks ever so much for bringing me." By the time our table and the clothes rail were folded up and everything was put back in the car, I was nearly wetting myself with excitement. "You know what this means, don't you, Gabby?" I said. "This means it's double squirt time because soon we'll both have a squirting scooter of our very own. In fact, if your dad drives me home right now, I could go to the scooter shop with my mom as soon as I get in and buy a squirting scooter this very afternoon. Will your dad drive me home right now? Will he, will he, will he? You can bring all my other things back later when you come around for Sunday lunch." I knew it was a good plan. Gabby knew it was a good plan. And after lots of will yous, Gabby's dad said yes. Chapter 22. When my mom heard that I had made £125.20 at the boot sale, she was even more surprised than Gabby's mom and dad. "Can we go to the scooter shop?" I begged. Can we? At first, my mom didn't seem too keen. Her eyes looked really red and blurry, which meant she had probably been to a wine bar as well as a cinema with Mrs. Pike on Saturday night. But there was no way I was going to wait another minute to buy my squirting scooter. Please, Mom," I begged. "I so want a squirting scooter like Gabby's." "Anything for a quiet life," sighed Mom. Let's go, I said, racing back to the car, putting my seatbelt on for a third time, and then bouncing up and down in my seat. Calm down, said Mom. Saying everything 3 times isn't going to get us there any faster. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, I laughed. No, it isn't. No, it isn't, sighed Mom. I think she was too blurry to do 3. When we got to the scooter shop, I couldn't get out of the car quick enough. I had a big, fat 125.20 pound in my pocket, but it didn't weigh me down one bit. See you in there, I said, throwing open the door of the car, racing across the pavement and charging into the shop. When I got inside the shop, all I could think about was a squirting scooter, and there it was, right in the middle of all the new bikes on a display stand all of its own. The squirting scooter on the display stand was even newer than Gabby's, which meant it was even shinier than Gabby's too. I like that squirting scooter, please, I said, sprinting over to the shop counter and jumping up and down. Look, 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 I shouted to my mom as she came into the shop. Look at the scooter I'm getting. Sorry, Mom said to the shop lady. She's a little overexcited. That's okay, said the shop lady. It's a very popular scooter. I hadn't really taken much notice of the lady behind the counter. It was only when I went to pay that I realized who she was. They're nice earrings, said Mom, as the lady picked up my money. I've got a pair just like that at home. Thank you, said the shop lady. I only bought them this morning. That's a lovely necklace, said Mom as the lady started counting up my 99.99 pounds. I've got a necklace just like that, too. Thank you, said the shop lady. I bought the necklace this morning, too. The trouble with realizing who someone is too late is there was nothing I could do. Can I have a closer look at your lovely ring? Asked Mom as the lady held out my change. It so reminds me of a ring I had heard it from my grandmother. Beautiful, isn't it? Said the shop lady, lifting her finger up for Mom to admire. There are 3 diamonds and a sapphire. Would you believe I brought it at the car boot sale this morning, too? In fact, said the shop lady, looking me straight in the eye, wasn't it you I bought them from? The trouble with going really hot in a bike shop is it makes you need to run outside straight away to get some fresh air. Trouble is, Mom had hold of my collar really tight. I decided I didn't actually want to buy a skirting scooter after that. Chapter 23. If Gabby and her mom and dad hadn't been coming round for Sunday lunch later that day, I think Mom would have sent me straight to my bedroom when we got home, or prison. Mom nearly had a fight with a lady in the bike shop because the lady didn't want to give Mom her jewelry back, or her jewelry rocks. In the end, Mom told the shop lady that if she didn't give her her jewelry back, she was going to ring the police and report her for handling stolen goods. Plus, she said that if she didn't get everything back this instant, she would knock over every bike in the shop. Luckily, the lady lived above the shop, so she only had to go upstairs to get the jewelry box. Trouble is, then I had to give the 125 pound back as well. On the way home in the car, Mom stopped being blurry and changed to being really, 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 really cross instead. And all because of a silly old jewelry box. How could you do it, Daisy? She said. How could you? How could you? How could you? How could you? When I told her that saying things 4 times was worse than saying things 3 times, she got even crosser. When I told her I didn't think any of her jewelry suited her, she nearly crashed the car. I was so relieved when Gabby and her mom and dad finally came over to our house for Sunday lunch, because my mom had to pretend she wasn't cross with me, even though she was. Gabby's dad carried my boot sale box in from the car, and while I was putting all my toys back in my bedroom, I told Gabby what had happened at the bike shop. I gave her her piggy bank money back too. Oh well, said Gabby, at least you've still got your favorite teddy. And all my other things, I said, not including my piggy bank. Trouble is, when we went back downstairs, everything went wrong for me again. The lunch went all right. In fact, Sunday lunch was really nice because my midnight feast had totally gone down and I was feeling really hungry again. I even ate some broccoli. It was after Sunday lunch that things got a bit tricky. The trouble with boot sales is just because you're selling things, it doesn't mean you can't buy things as well. Gabby's mom told my mom that when things got a bit quiet at the boot sale, she had slipped away to have a browse around some of the other stalls. Trouble is, when she was browsing, she found something that she thought we all might enjoy playing after lunch. It was a game called Twister. The trouble with Twister is it's a game that everyone can play. Another trouble with Twister is it's a game you have to play on the floor. The trouble with floors is they have sofas on them. So if you're playing Twister in the lounge by the sofa, you might end up on the floor turning upside down, lying on your back, and looking up. I think you can guess the rest. Daisy? Well, that's the end of this book. I hope you liked my readings of it, and I really enjoyed this book, so I'll come back later with a new and improved book. Bye, everybody. I'll see you next time.